Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the most triggering show on healing. Thank you so much for tuning in again for another episode. So this one is going to be, if you've been following me on Twitter for a while, you will know that I redline a lot of the spiritual messages and quotes because a lot of them are pure misinformation that comes from not healing. And this has usually provided people with a lot of insight as to what constitutes as healing versus not healing. It's very helpful to see just how much content is out there that comes from people who have not healed, and in particular, people who have not even started, not even a little bit. A lot of what a lot of what people know about healing is comes from this cesspool of wrong information. So this is partially going to dispel a lot of myths and also to provide further insight as to what true healing actually is, what healing really looks like, what the experience is for people once they begin the true healing process. On my Twitter page, you will find many, many, many examples of this if you want to peek further into various memes that I give commentary on. But for today, I have picked out just a random pool that I've collected. I've been saving them for the past couple of weeks, so there's quite a few. And I just grabbed the first, I don't even remember how many, the 10 that I saw. So I'm gonna go through them line by line, sometimes word by word, and I'm just gonna show you the utter garbage that floats around on the internet. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button, the like button, notification button, whatever buttons that you guys use to keep in touch with my channel. All right, so let's get down to business. And we're going to start our what I call our spiritual smackdown. All right, let me oops. Forgive me. I kind of do not know what I'm clicking on. Okay, here we go. So I've got. All right. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, let's start over. Uh, okay, this is what I wanted. All right. So let's pick the very first meme up for slaughter, and that is going to be whatever this is. Okay, zoom in. Dear universe, cancel any ties, contracts, promises, broken spoken bonds that no longer feel healthy or aligned, and connections that feel draining, one-sided, or heavy. I take back my energy from people who ignored my boundaries, used my kindness, or only showed up when it was easy. From this point forward, I give my time, love, and attention only to those who meet me with honesty, respect, and effort. I choose peace, clarity, and real connection. Okay, so let's point out all the issues here. The first that I see, let me get a new layer in here. The first issue is the belief. Oh, the belief. I don't like this brush. Give me a second. The belief that the universe is doing anything to you, as if, as if there's something actually called contracts. I know the community loves this concept of soul contracts. I used to believe in it myself, but this actually does not exist. There's no paper, no agreement that binds you to a particular person. The only thing that binds you, like here, let's say this is you, let's say this is another person, and you feel there's some kind of chain that binds you together. This chain is not real. It only feels real because of not healing. When you don't heal, obviously, the fears, traumas, pain, memories are going to stay active. It's active, active. It's all going to stay active unless real healing happens. But the belief is that it's the universe that is setting you up to deal with, let's say like with toxic people or whoever, and you're asking the universe to break the contract. So for whatever reason, you have some kind of agreement with someone and you want to get out of it. And this agreement is the way that it's presented. It's one-sided. It's not one-sided, but apparently you were not involved when you wrote the contract. So the belief is the universe is the one that has the power to cancel and end anything. But how do you do that if your energy system is not healing and it keeps the toxicity, the patterns and dynamics going? How do you end something when the energy dynamic is so active like this? Are you so the belief is okay, the universe is just going to step in and and this, excuse me, this cord right here that they think, oh, the universe is just going to sever the tie just because of asking, of breaking some kind of contract. No, if you want to end ties with people, you have to clean this up. You have to clean up. Um, I have trouble with the eraser on the on Photoshop. So you're gonna have to clean up all this stuff, all these things here so that it ends your bond with the other person. How are you going to do that without healing? So the connections that feel draining, why do they feel draining? It's because of not healing. You can only be drained because you're not healing. It's not like you have a contract where someone is milking you for your energy. Well, actually, I'll take that back. There are some cases of that, but this is not the usual situation. And it is, let's get a little bit more. So it's only because of not healing that any of these things are happening. I take back my energy. How do you take it back? Again, you can only take it back from healing. It's not like you can just X out this cord. People think that, oh, you have a cord of attachment. All you have to do is cut it. It cuts the cord of attachment. It doesn't really cut anything because after you cut the cord, everything is still there. All this is still there, all of it. From people who are ignoring boundaries. So this is not on the universe. This is on due to not healing, because that's when you don't heal, you're going to have those dynamics with people. From this point forward, I give my time, love, and attention to those, blah, blah, blah. But what happens? If you don't do any healing, you're still going to feed the other person with your time, energy, whatever it is. No affirmation, no affirmation is going to remove this. It's like your car is malfunctioning and just speaking words into it is not going to make your car start again. Okay, so that's we'll call it done. Now you can feel my all my whatever you call it. Okay, so you made a soul contract to walk away from the loop once it became a prison. So this is very similar. It was never meant to be forever. It was meant to awaken you. Where was that part again? Soul contract. So, oops. So this is the same thing. Soul contract. It was meant to awaken you, pain, push and pull. Again, why is that? Why is a shadow endless spirals? Because of not healing. This is not a contract. This is you not healing. There's no contract that tells you, I'm going to take your self-respect, and then I'm gonna give you my I'm gonna give you money once a month so you can rob me of my self-respect. And then I'm gonna give you, let's say, a certain lifestyle, and you're gonna rob me of any freedom. There's no contract like that. It's only because you're not healing. Um, here's the belief about the agreement. They were part of the agreement, but not the destination. I don't know what that means. Endless Shadow Spy was part of it, not the destination. Yeah. What does that mean? What destination to where? You wrote your own freedom into your contract. There's no contract. Freedom is only comes from true healing. Where else would you get your freedom? Is it going to be like, does it come out of thin air? Where would the freedom come from unless you do true healing? Does it just magically arrive at your front door? When I remember who I am, I will no longer stay where I am not loved fully. So, this whole statement here is psychological. Oops, psychological. And psychology is not energy. So you can tell your mind all day long to remember who you are, but energetically, there's no such thing as who you are. There's no such thing. It's all psychology, that where you think you are something, some orientation or some app setting, your personality. And now that remember, okay. So that was more of the same. Okay, so let's move on. Let's blow through this. Okay. Uh and I don't know what I imported, so I'll be surprised. Okay, the universe wouldn't have put a dream so big in your heart if it wasn't achievable. So this is something that I actually talked about on Twitter a few days ago. The universe wouldn't have put a dream so big in your heart. This whole thing, why is it okay, opacity. Okay, universe wouldn't have put a dream so big in your heart. So the belief is that the universe decides what you like and what you don't like, or decides what you want and don't want. When have you ever seen that happen? Do you root for sports team because the universe tells you what you like and don't like? Do you like a particular brand of shoes because the universe told you? Where is this coming from? Who is telling you what dream to have? If someone is telling you what dream to have, this is what you have going on. If any part of anything outside of you, anyone other than you telling you what dream to have, to put a dream, deposit this dream inside your heart, what's going on? You're being programmed. And I don't think this is what this person means. What this person means is they believe the universe wants them to have a certain thing because if they believe this, that means that they are worthy. And they're not willing to own that they have a dream. Sometimes because the dream could be grandiose. Now, I don't know anything about this person. Let's just say this is not about them. This is just a quote in general. When a dream is grandiose, we're going to say, oh, it wasn't my dream. The universe put it there. I'm not being grandiose and unrealistic. The universe wants me to have it. The universe is deciding my destiny for me. So yeah, I'm not involved in the decision making process or in the desire process. The desire is not mine. It's my destiny. The universe wants me to have this destiny. Again, why not healing? If you heal, this is what happens. When you truly heal, one thing happens. You own whatever the issue is. You own the issue. And you can either it's grandiose, you own the grandiosity, or you own that, yes, you want the dream. And the second thing is when you truly heal, you don't care about what you don't care about. You stop caring about things that come from woundedness. Let's say the dream, let's say you want this dream because you think it'll make you more popular. What happens when you do true healing? If you don't care about being popular anymore, then you don't care about that so-called dream anymore. Okay, moving on. New layer. All right, let's see what else is next. Um, what? Okay. In many healthy ways, healthy relationships are harder than toxic ones. On what universe is this true? Could this be true? On does this even make any sense to you? Healthy relationships, level 10 difficulty? Does this make any sense to you? Toxic is what? Level 7? Does this make any sense? Healthy relationships are level 10 difficulty. Healthy committed love doesn't let you run. That's questionable because it could also be codependency that doesn't let you run. It doesn't let you hide from your wounds or repeat unhealthy patterns. It requires you to tolerate discomfort, act like an adult when you want to behave like a child, and do the hard work of growth when you'd rather stick with what's familiar. That's why many people claiming to want a healthy relationship gravitate towards chaos instead. Chaos is easier, lets you stay the same. So the assumption is your partner is healthier than you. Oops, than you are. Because the assumption is it's the partner that's continually pulling you up, pulling you up, pulling you up, not letting you go down. And that's why they would consider healthy relationships being harder. Chaos is easier. So chaos is level, I don't know, 6 difficulty. So why would someone say toxicity is easier than health? In what universe is toxicity healthier than health? Toxicity, oh sorry, toxicity is easier. Toxicity is easier than health. How is this logically possible when a person's not healing? When you're not healing, your default is toxicity, so it's easier. And health is the uh unknown, I guess. That's probably the best word to say. But all of this is healthy. It's difficult to be healthy because a person is not healing. So you can see how this message is only possible if someone's not healing. Okay, moving on. Um, speak positive words into your life every single morning. Think big, think healing. I don't know how that's possible. Healing doesn't come from thinking. Think big. Why? Because you're not healing. Speak positive words. Why? Because you're not healing. You only need to do all this because you're not healing and you're trying to overwrite your default nature. Think success because you only think failure. think peace because the thoughts are running wild. Happiness because you think sad. I mean, start the day with positive energy. So positive, you can't create positive energy. Positive energy cannot be created. You can, there's no such thing as positive or negative energy. You're only classifying energy as positive or negative because it's your psychological interpretation. Otherwise, there's no such thing. That's like saying you walk into your apartment and the air is positive. Oh no, the air is kind of negative today. Oh no, the air is neutral. The air is indifferent today. It does. There's no way to energy. Energy is not positive nor negative. So what they're actually doing is start the day with positive brainwashing. You're going to go against how you truly feel with a bunch of stuff that you want to feel. Why? Because they're not healing. Okay, moving on. Here. I can't wait to finish this list. Okay. Uh what fascinates me is that hardly anyone is wondering what we're actually doing on this planet. Most accepted the work, eat, entertainment, sleep cycle as life and have no desire for a deeper understanding of our purpose in this universe. So the immediate thing I see is our purpose in this universe. This is what I call existential pain, is when you need a reason to live. You need a reason to be here. You need to be useful. You can't just be the way you are. You can't live the way you are. You gotta make yourself useful. Ironically, when you truly heal, you sort of go back to this. You sort of go back to this real healing. It's not like you have a you may have a work, eat, entertainment, sleep cycle. You may. But the reason why you may go back to this is because nothing is bothering you. You only ruminate about stuff like this because your existence is bothering you. When you're not bothered, you just live. And it very well may be a work, eat, entertainment, sleep cycle, or it may not be. It may be a travel, discovery, creativity cycle, a true love, family, community cycle, whatever it is. But the main point is that if a person's not healing, their own existence bothers them. They need to know why they're here. Moving on. Hey, oops. What do we what do we got here? Oh, okay. Someone who has a lot of sexual energy can also have a lot of healing energy because sexual energy is healing energy. Okay. No such thing. Oops. Layer. No such thing as sexual energy. No such thing as healing. Energy it's like saying this is like saying the living room air is sexual. What does that mean? The air in your bathroom is healing, huh? Energy is just life force motion, movement, animation, aliveness. Your psychology is the one that's classifying all these adjectives into it. Sexual energy is healing energy at a spiritual level. No, you don't need healing energy to heal. That this is the fallacy, is that in order to heal, you need healing energy. Anyone can heal. You don't need healing energy to heal. It's not like you need to have the aura of a five-star chef in order to cook. You don't have to have the aura of a race car driver to go to the store in your car. You don't need healing energy to heal because healing energy is not a thing. If healing energy was a thing, anybody can get a paper cut. And are you telling me that toxic people don't heal from paper cuts? The worst people with the worst energy, if they have a headache, is that headache infinite? Does it never heal? Spiritual level, what does that mean? Spiritual means, if we break down spirit, non-physical. Well, actually, I don't want to go there. So that's a whole different topic. Okay. The best healers have a lot. Whether this even exists is the question. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. All right. Next. What do you have? The wrong person drains you. Why? If you already guessed, because they're not healing. You can only be drained if you're not healing. It's like you're here, and then here's the other person, and then they've got some kind of plug. They're plugged into you, and they're draining all your energy. Like the battery is drained out of you. It's not the wrong person. It's not the wrong person draining you. It's your energy system is set up to be drained. And what happens when people say the wrong person drains you? What is the flip side? The right person nourishes you, uplifts you, uplifts you. But what does that actually mean? You are draining them. All right. Last one. No, two more. Okay. Maybe your final stage of healing is telling certain folks to F off. Healing. Um, if I put it through my own definition of healing, I would say healing didn't start yet. Why? Because you're still full of emotion. It's not that healing deletes your emotions, it's that you just don't care. If you care enough to tell people to F off, healing didn't start yet. Okay, last one. Gosh, I don't know if I'll ever do this again. This is really. Oh, I saved the best for last. Good Lord. If your mind carries a heavy burden of the past, you will experience more of the same, which is correct. The past perpetuates itself through lack of presence. This is the issue. That's like saying your garbage can smells because you're not present. Your house is dirty because you're not present. Your car is filthy because you're not present. No, all those things are dirty because you didn't shower. You didn't clean. Presence doesn't clean you. Presence is okay. So let's say this is you and you've got all this like anger from the past. Okay. And the teaching is that all you have to do, so this is the past. This teacher thinks all you have to do is be present. So you can be free of all this stuff. You can just move yourself here. That's the teaching. That's the at this point I'll have to say this is his assumption. It's not anything that this is the assumption. But what actually happens in real life? What happens to you when you go to the present moment? This is the past. Let's say this is the past. All the anger, the memories. And this is you in the present moment. You bring it all with you. It's all still there because the now is the totality of all. Do you think that the stuff in the past and you can just is in the past, you move yourself, you could just run away from all this? If you can run away from this, it means there's time, that there's a distinction between the past and the now, such that you can run away and clear and think, oh, you're clear. It's okay. I'm not going to give another analogy because I save it for my students. So, but this means all time is now. All time is now. If all time is now, like every teacher claims that it is, how do you run away from the past? It's all the current snapshot. If I were to take a picture of you right now, it includes everything from your past. Otherwise, how it would be now? How would it be now if it wasn't a totality of all? The only way you can eliminate the burdens of the past is by true healing. Because every time you heal, what happens? You bring there's less stuff. Maybe now you only have this. And then you heal a little bit more. And then, oh, just two left now. You heal a little bit more. Oh, one thing left now. This is actually how you eliminate the past, by truly healing. You're not doing that by running away from the past, thinking that you're just leaving all the trash behind. Because if you think that this model works, it means there's time. And plus, the evidence of life will show you how many people who go to the present moment can actually experience this. No, it's every 3 seconds, you're going to go back to this. So I'm yelling at this point. That is, all right, let me stop sharing. Okay. So that is the very first spiritual smackdown. And let me know what you think of this series. If you think I should do it in video format, I do this often in written format on Twitter. But if you like the video format, I can do it again. And look forward to your comments. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell. If you want to learn true healing, you can go to my website. Here, there's a URL to apply for a spot to learn true healing. I only work with a certain number of students. who are prime candidates for learning true healing. Uh, and if you want to have more free content, subscribe to me on Substack and follow me on Twitter. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.